how's it going? It is me, Megan, and I am back with another video. If you guys are new to my channel, I am a full-time reseller on Poshmark and a few other platforms, but mostly Poshmark. And here on YouTube, I like to make reseller content. I'll do what sold videos, I'll do unboxings, I'll do all that good stuff. So if that is something you guys are interested in, please make sure to like and subscribe, and that way I'll never miss one of my videos. So I am sorry that I have been MIA for such a long period of time. Pretty much every year around this time. Just, you know, for all of us, life gets really busy. Not just reselling for Q4, which, you know, is kind of crazy, but just life, the holidays, all that good stuff. I actually filmed a video last week, but I didn't have time to edit it for you guys. So I'm actually going to be going over the sales I had pretty much the second half of October, the 16th through the 31st, which is like, Megan, that's going to be way too much, but honestly, my sales were not like too crazy. And I just wanted to share them with you guys because I know you guys love them. But we were away last weekend. We went down to Disneyland, which is amazing. I love Disneyland, for like Halloween, even though it was pretty much almost 100% decorated for Christmas, which was a little sad, but I did want to film with my Disney mug. But I do hope you guys had a great Halloween and everything. Like I said, we went down to Disneyland, and then we went to a little Halloween party with his friends while we were in San Diego. And we did get to watch several Halloween movies, like I mentioned, but not everything we wanted to watch. So we'll still probably watch a few through the month of November while it's still like fall out. But we watched Scream, Halloween, Nightmare on Elm Street. On Halloween, we watched Silence of the Lambs, which was really good. I haven't finished reading The Shining yet, so I still need to finish that and watch The Shining. I wouldn't say The Shining's very scary, the book. I didn't find the book, or the movies, to be very scary either. I did when I was a child. I literally just saw a commercial with the clown coming out of the drain in the original one and was terrified of the shower for a decade. Yeah, I want to know how you guys' Halloween went, if you guys saw any scary movies. We watched that show Over the Garden Wall. It's like a Cartoon Network, I guess, little show that's kind of Halloween-y, and I thought that was really cute. And yeah, I just want to know how it went and how your sales have been and everything. I did also get my hair done last week, which doesn't look great straight, I will say that, or I just straightened it poorly, but I was happy to finally get my hair done. I think it was looking kind of crazy. I'm gonna try and blow through these sales as fast as I can, just again so this video is not too long for me to not have a chance to edit, because I'm going away again this weekend. I'm actually filming this on Thursday, November 3rd. But me and my husband are actually going away again this weekend. We're going back down to San Diego for a baby shower for one of our friends, and we're very excited about that. And then we'll be back, and then I guess we'll have like a couple weekends back home, maybe, and then we're going to Vegas for a couple of days for Thanksgiving, so it's gonna be crazy. And then like a couple weeks after that, I'm going to Connecticut for a whole week, and then it's gonna be Christmas, and we're gonna be back in San Diego. So hopefully I get my videos edited and posted for you guys, because I actually have probably a dozen or more videos that I haven't even edited yet from like a couple of months ago. So yeah, hopefully I can edit them. But yeah, I'm gonna start with my sales that I had on Sunday, October 16th, and I'll just go until the end of the month. All right, I only had 2 sales that day. I sold this New Tag vintage Fiesta dress. I've actually picked up 2 of these vintage dresses in the past by this brand. They didn't look the same, but I got them actually at the same Goodwill on different days. I just really loved the color of this. I loved the flutter sleeves, and it was just really classic, like fairy. It had like a butterfly brooch in the back. Really pretty. Definitely could have been worn as a costume, but could have been worn to prom or like a nice wedding. A really fun photo shoot. It actually sold on Mercari, which I was shocked. I feel like my vintage stuff does best, #1 on eBay, 2 on Poshmark, Depop, and then probably very last on Mercari. But yeah, it was new tags, which is great, like dead stock piece. It ended up selling for $80, and then after fees I made $69.38. And then I had a bundle sale for my 5 for $25 part of my closet. One of the items was this marine layer pullover. I want to say I got this at a Goodwill years ago, and I just have not been able to sell it, which is unfortunate because I do love to sell marine layer. It just, I don't think was a very popular style. And it was a men's piece. Then this Buffalo David tee, which I got in a men's THREDUP rescue box, probably again like a year or two ago. Then an Exoficio, I want to say is how you say that, quarter zip, which I got at the bins. Comps looked good, but it really wasn't getting any attention, so I threw it in that part of my closet. Then an American rag button up, which I also got in a men's THREDUP rescue box a long time ago. And a pair of Gap jeans, which came from a THREDUP denim DIY box. End up selling for $25, then after fees I make $20, and that part of my closet is just really old inventory that I'm sick of that I would love to sell and just get rid of, so that's good. It all got a new home. Then on Monday I had one sale, and I sold these really cool Nike and Stussy collab slides. I don't know if that's how you pronounce that brand, but I've done well with Stussy in the past. And I saw these at actually a Salvation Army, which I've only been to once. But it's pretty close to my house, and their prices are better than Goodwill's, but not like great by any means. They did give me a coupon, which I need to use soon. But anyway, I saw these slides. I do think these were only like $3 or $4, which was great. And I did like the loud branding on them. I was surprised these actually sold for what I had them listed at, because it did seem pretty saturated on Poshmark, especially a lot that were new with tags, but mine sold for $40, and after fees I made $32. Then on Tuesday I had 3 sales. I sold this new with tag J. Crew Sherpa pullover. I got this at the bins in Portland a while ago. I want to say maybe like a year ago, but it was new with tags. I think it was J. Crew outlet, so you know, I'm not J. Crew, but in perfect condition, really cute, great for the fall and winter. Loved the color. Sold for $31, and after fees I made $24.80. Then I sold this Brooklyn Industries camo jacket. Again, I got this at the bins maybe 2 years ago. I think there was like one comp on Poshmark, and it sold for like 50 or 60, but mine's just been sitting and sitting and sitting. But finally someone offered me $27, and I did accept, and after fees I made $19.88. And then I also had a bunch of flip sales at the end of October, and even recently I've been getting a lot of flip lots to supplement for not having to go and spend hundreds of dollars a day on inventory on like 10 pieces of clothing, because my thrift stores around here are so expensive, and the bins now are about an hour away from me. So I need clothes to list, but I really don't want to, again, spend hundreds of dollars like a day, every day. So it's been really helping just having things list. It helps me get my items to sell, and I do still get things that I'm excited about and brands that I haven't found on my own before, which is great. But it's been a while since I sold for flip, and I forgot that I don't like to do 50% or less commission, and that's kind of what I've done for the lots that I got. So I'm not making a lot of money at all, which, you know, is something you have to think about if you're interested in it. But I'm still glad that I had stuff to list, because again, I don't want to go poor buying inventory. Okay, but this was one of those things. It was a pair of 9 West jeans, which I was actually surprised sold so well. They sold pretty quickly. I actually didn't think these would sell at all, but I'm glad they did. They sold for $18, and after fees on Poshmark I made $14.40, and then after flip commission fees I made $6.30. All right, and then on Wednesday I had 3 sales. I sold this New Wave black hoodie, which it's not like it's kind of like a no-name brand, but I saw it at the bins and it felt kind of high quality, but I don't think there was really any comps for it. But since it was just a plain black hoodie, I figured it would still sell, and it did. It sold for $20, and after fees I made $16. Then I sold this NOM, N-O-M maternity sweater. I saw this at the bins. I saw that it had that like barcode on the tag. That means it's from the RealReal So I thought it might be something really good. It's nice because I was able to find like a model photo and information about the piece on there, but it ended up only selling for 15 and after fees I made 12. I don't think that brand is very notable, and that's why. Then I had an eBay sale. I sold these Lane Bryant flare jeans in a size 26, so a great size. I do love to sell Lane Bryant and Torrid jeans, but my Lane Bryant and Torrid jeans and just my plus size jeans in general have been sitting a lot longer than they used to. Hopefully they'll sell, you know, now that it's fall and in the winter, but they used to sell so quickly. But they sold for 30, and then after fees I made $28.64. And then Thursday, October 20th, I actually had a decent amount of sales. I had 7 sales. I sold this Anthro Saturday Sunday cowl neck pullover. I think this day I sent out a 20% off kind of like bulk offer to all my listings. I do this like every week or maybe every other week, and it's really, really helped with sales. But yeah, I sold this Anthro Saturday Sunday cowl neck pullover. I like selling the Saturday Sunday brand by Anthropologie. It does pretty well for me. I think I've sold everything that I've picked up, but I found this at the bins. It sold for 23, and then after fees I made $16.68. Then I had a flip sale of this Trina Turk green sequin dress, really cute. It definitely was like an older style, but perfect for the holidays with that color. It sold for 60. After Poshmark fees I made $45.32. And this is like the hard part about that high commission. After flip commission fees, I made $12.32. So yeah, moving forward, I've definitely planned to at least do 55 to 60% commissions on my lots that I apply for, which I probably won't get because the commission fee is so high, but I just need it to be a little bit more worth it. Next, I sold another flip piece, this Patagonia Baselayer pant. They sold for 36. After fees, I made $27.08. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $9.08. So that's the funny part. Like on a $60 sale, I made $12.32. And then on a $36 sale, I made $9.08. So like a $3 difference, which is nice because it's getting me to sort of like accept offers and sell things faster for these people. And just in general, it's probably pretty good for the algorithm to be like, oh, should I wait to make 60 and make $12 after fees, or just sell for 30 and make $9? And on Flip, you send estimates to the people, so you estimate that this thing will sell between like $10 and $20. So as long as I'm hitting my estimates, I will accept an offer. All right, and then I sold this International Concepts, I believe, newsboy cap. I've had this for a long time, got it at the bins. I got a lot of attention when I first posted it, but it's kind of died down. But it sold for $11, and after fees I made $5.37. Then I picked up this Rebecca Minkoff crew neck kind of recently at the bins up here. I don't always pick up Rebecca Minkoff. It doesn't really do well for me, but it is kind of an expensive brand, so it's hard to say no to. I was thinking like, oh, if I can't sell, I'll send it to the RealReal, but if it's sold on there, I probably would have made like 50 cents. But it ended up selling for 25, and after fees I made 20. Then I sold this Joseph wool Fair Isle sweater. Joseph is a very expensive brand, but I haven't had the best of luck with it. But I found this sweater and it was really unique and very pretty much like new at the bins in Portland a year or more ago. But yeah, really, really gorgeous. It ended up only selling for 60, and after fees I made 48. I think I probably could have sent this into the RealReal and they would have listed it higher, but I don't know if I would have made, you know, 40 something dollars after it's sold, because their rates are pretty ridiculous also. And then the last thing I sold on Thursday was this vintage Victoria's Secret silk gold label mini dress. I found this maybe like 2 months ago at the bins up here. I was so excited because when I got it back, I saw that it was silk. And it was the first vintage Victoria's Secret silk piece that I've found. I love finding their vintage slip dresses. They're very trendy right now. I was hoping to get a little bit more for it, but it wasn't in like perfect condition. But it actually ended up selling on eBay for $50, and then after fees I made $44.01. Then on Friday, the 21st, I had 2 sales. I sold this Lululemon full zip hoodie. I got this at the bins. It was definitely an older style. I didn't even try to find the style because it was so basic and I knew it was going to be so difficult. A lot of attention, but I've really been sitting on it for a while. So I ended up selling for $36, and after fees, I made $26.12. And then I had another flip sale, which was this new tag Torrid Griswold family Christmas hoodie, which honestly, if you find this out and about, I'd pick it up because comps were pretty much in like the 50s. I sent the estimate that I'd probably sell it between like 30 and 35 because there were, you know, lower sales of it. So when someone offered me 30, I decided to accept. After Poshmark fees, I made 24, and then after flip consignment fees, I made 9. But it's a really, really cute hoodie, and, you know, definitely perfect. I need to readjust for Christmas and all that. And new tags, which was great. But it wasn't like a plus size Torrid piece. It was like a medium or a large in their sizing. So not ideal, but still sold very quickly, which is great. Then Saturday the 22nd, I had a really great day. I had 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 sales. I sold this North Face Apex jacket. I found this at the bins recently here in Sacramento. I got it home and I realized it was missing those straps that tighten the wrist, but I just noted it and otherwise it was in great condition. It was a men's size small, which I actually usually don't really have a problem selling, but I ended up selling for $50, and then after fees I made $40. Then I sold this Anthropologie moth sweater, which I loved. I found this at the bins like 2 years ago, and last winter I brought it home for my mom to fix a hole in. And then after that, just really wasn't doing as well. But yeah, it's taken a while to sell, and it's just so cute. But it ended up selling for $24, and then after fees, I made $19.20. Then I sold another North Face jacket. It was actually a down-filled jacket, and this was part of a flip lot. And I've been a little bit annoyed because when I was selling for a flip before, which was probably like a year ago, they didn't do this thing where they do flip managed lots. So if, say I'm selling my clothes on there, you know, and someone's selling them for me, Flip will offer me, I imagine this is how it goes, but they'll offer me like an amount for the clothes. Sorry, my battery's dying. They'll offer me like a set amount for the lot, and then if you accept it, then it's flip managed. So now every sale I have, the money is going to flip, and I don't like it. It doesn't give me an incentive to even want to sell the pieces now, or try that hard to sell them, because now it's just going to flip. I don't know. I'm not happy about it, I will say that. But it does take pressure off of me to, you know, get these things to sell quickly. Anyway, this is part of one of those lots. Sorry if this is really confusing if you haven't used Flip before, but if you are interested in finding out more about it, I do have a link below in my description. But this ended up selling for $60, which I feel like is a great deal for a down jacket from North Face. It wasn't missing a button, but it had an extra button, so it could have been easily fixed. But yeah, it sold for $60. After fees, I made $48, and then after flip commission fees, I made $18. Then I sold this J. Crew button-up shirt. I got this at the bins, got it home, was photographing it, didn't realize it had like a stain under the collar, washed it, and it didn't really come out, so I had to sell it as is. But it still ended up selling for $25, those button-up denim shirts. Everyone loves those for fall. So if you have some, make sure you list them. Make sure you relist them if you have old listings from those, But it sold for $25, and after fees, I made $20. Then another flip consignment sale was these Levi's Men 257 slim bootcut jeans. I haven't sold Levi's in a really long time. I probably wouldn't pick them up, even if I sell them at the bins, men's Levi's. If they were women's, and I feel like they were a good style, like a newer style, like a high-rise, tapered, straight leg, wide leg, distressed, rib cage, wedgie, whatever the names are, I'd probably pick those up at the bins. I don't know if I'd pay $11 for them, which is the price at most of these thrift stores around me. But yeah, these were men's. They sold for $18 pretty quickly, which I was happy about. After Poshmark fees, I made $14.40. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $5.40. And then another flip sale. See, it's nice to have these things to list because, I don't know, I feel like it's just helping with my sales in general, listing things. But it was this Rachel Roy cocoon sweater, which again was another shock that it sold to me. I haven't had the best of luck with Rachel Roy, but it ended up selling for $35. After fees, I made $28. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $12.25. So it's sort of like having to pay for an item after you've already sold it. But also the price of that item can change depending on how much you sell it for. Then I sold this Icebreaker long sleeve hoodie. I got this, I think, a while ago in Portland at a Goodwill. I love selling Icebreaker. Same with Ibex, Smartwool. All those brands are a little bit similar to me. And I pretty much have 100% sell-through rate with Icebreaker right now, I want to say. I just sold another piece today. Not sure, but pretty much everything I pick up sells. Even their socks. I've sold Smartwool socks in the past that I found at the bins, like very quickly and for a good price. And they were used. But anyway, I sold this hoodie again. I found it at a Goodwill in Portland a while ago. I have been sitting on this piece for a little while. It sold for $40 on eBay, and then after fees, I made $31.26. Then I sold a pair of these Scotch and Soda jeans, which I got probably 2 years ago in a denim DIY box from THREDUP. Probably like the best denim DIY box I've ever received from them. Again, and like when they used to be good 2 years ago. And this was definitely the pair of jeans that I was so excited to sell. And I've profited like probably 4 or 5 times my money on that box. But I could not sell these jeans for the life of me. Scotch and Soda is expensive. And these were really cute with stars down the legs. But I don't think people really know about that brand too much. Like I don't think it's that popular. But anyway, they finally sold. They sold for $30, and after fees, I made $24. Then I sold this Millie New York multicolored dress. Millie's expensive, but again, it's one of those brands that I kind of have a hard time selling. I found this dress recently at a Goodwill near me, so I spent like $10 on it. Millie is very expensive, so it's hard to say no to. And it was a really cool dress. I think it might have been silk. It ended up selling for $55, and then after fees, I made $44. And the last thing I sold on Saturday the 22nd was another denim button-up. It was a Madewell one, and it came from a flip lot. Sold for $25. After Poshmark fees, I made $20. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $7.50. Then on Sunday the 23rd of October, I had 5 sales. I sold this Columbia fleece full zip vest, which I got at the bins in Portland. It was a women's 2XL. Right before I sold it, I had an offer on Mercari, which Depop's been an issue with offers. I don't know if you sell on Depop, but every time someone sends me an offer on Depop and I accept, they never buy it because you don't have to buy the item. Like you don't have to pay until they accept the offer, and you don't have to pay if they accept the offer. So that's been really frustrating for me with Depop. You know, Poshmark, if someone sends an offer and you accept, they've bought it. eBay, usually the people buy it. I don't know if they have to buy beforehand, but they usually buy it if they send me an offer. And now Mercari's been weird. Usually, again, it's if they send you an offer on Mercari and you accept, they've bought it. But I've had people do this thing where instead of sending me an offer, they'll be like, will you take 20? Or they'll just be like $20 question mark. So I send them the offer and then they ghost me. So if someone was like, would you take 22 for this? I sent them the offer, they ghosted me. A different item, someone's like, would you take 20 for this? I send them the offer, they ghosted me. And then like 3 days later, they're like, actually, would you take 15? And I was like, what? It's been a little bit maddening to be a reseller recently. At least for me, I've been, you know, coming to the end of my rope a lot recently. But anyway, it ended up only selling for 15 on Poshmark, and after fees I made 12. I probably could have waited and got it more for it, but it was from the bins. And I'm really happy to see a lot of the stuff that I store in my closet go, like my sweaters and my jackets, because they take up so much space. So I'm happy about that. Then I sold these Bowden plaid pants, which I got recently at a thrift store near me that does do discounts. And I've seen these pants there several times, but they just recently changed their colors. They do it like once a month. Oh, so I should go for November. Maybe I'll go today. I need to edit this video first. Anyway, I finally saw them on sale there and I was so excited, so I did buy them. Again, I still probably end up spending on average like $10 per piece because they don't do an itemized receipt and I always think they charge me wrong. So I have to sort of average things out. They probably charge tax. I don't know. But yeah, they're probably like $10 still. But anyway, they sold for $40 pretty fast on Mercari, and after fees, I made $34.54. Then I sold these Adidas men's sneakers, which I've had forever. I don't even know how long. I got these at the bins. They sold for $20. After fees, I made $16. Then this Eloquii Elements Peak dress, which I found out after I picked it up at the bins, that Eloquii Elements is like sold at Walmart. It's like a lower end line from them. But still sold for $20. I think this dress was just so cute. And then after fees, I made $16. And then I sold another 5 for $25 bundle. Forgot the word. In that bundle was a new tag Old Navy girls, so kids, pair of cropped camo leggings, which I picked up at the bins a long time ago. A Hugo Boss full zip, which came in some THREDUP bulk box I received, or a men's box, I'm not sure. A pair of Wild Fable skinny jeans, which came from the bins, and an American Eagle denim pair of shorts, which I think came from my sister-in-law, or it came from the bins. Also, my sister-in-law says she has like 6 bags of clothes to give me this weekend when I see her, and I am so excited. She does buy some expensive things, I will say that. Not all her stuff, but sometimes, and I'm really excited about that. And then the last thing, sorry, get sidetracked. The last thing in that bundle that I sold was an Old Navy pair of jeans, but a Joe's jean that I cannot find in my inventory. I probably got rid of it during the move and forgot to take it down. But I told her I'd like exchange it for anything in my closet that was in that 5 for $25 part or $15 or under. And she chose a pair of Muckluck, like new tag slipper socks that I got in a THREDUP fun box. So I let her exchange it for those, especially because those really weren't getting any attention in my closet. I think they'd been a cute stocking stuffer, but I think they're just also very saturated on the market. All right, almost done. Monday, the 24th of October, I only had one sale. It was a Wild Fable black sweater. I thought this was cute. I picked this up at the bins just based on style. It had that like puff shoulder. Wild Fable is sold at Target, but it is a very popular brand from them. Really trendy, young style fashion, I guess. It sold for $18, and then after fees, I made $12.68. And then Tuesday, I had another good day. I had 7 sales. I think this day I might have lowered my prices on things by 10%, like a lot of my older listings. I don't know if that helped, but maybe it did. The first sale I had was a new tag and Other Stories ring. I got this in a THREDUP jewelry box that I received. I just wanted to try it out and it seemed like fun. And I did get some good stuff in there, but it's still kind of pricey. I don't remember how much it was per piece that I ended up selling. But it only ended up selling for $15, and after fees I made $12. I think I could have got more, and it has been getting attention, but I was just willing to get rid of it. Then I sold, this was a good sale, these LOQ, and I don't know if you pronounce the brand LOQ or Lock. They were these slingback heels. I got these at a Savers nearby for $7 or $8. I don't get cell service in that Savers, so I literally have to stand by the door and kind of be weird about it to get service to check comps, but the comps looked really great. And I think this style was really trendy from them. It ended up selling for $135, and then after fees, I made $108, and that was very pleasantly surprising. They didn't really seem like much looking at them, but when I looked at the bottom, they were leather and made in Spain, I want to say. So definitely worth looking up for me. Then I sold these 511 tactical men's pants, had these for a while, got these at a Portland Goodwill. I want to say for like $6. 511 tactical for me has been hit or miss. So I'd probably be a little bit more picky with it. It ended up selling for $30, and then after fees I made $24. Then I sold another North Face jacket. This was a North Face men's jacket that I got at the bins in Portland before I left. There was some wear to the inside lining, but nothing was like coming out. You know, the stuffing, filling wasn't coming out. So I just made sure to note it, but otherwise it was pretty much like new. Ended up selling for 65 and after fees I made 52. Then I sold this Free People black cardigan. This was from a flip lot, but it sold on Mercari, so I definitely made more money after fees and everything because site fees and any shipping discounts that happen come out of my commission, like my half of the commission. So if I sold on Mercari, the fees are lower and I likely didn't like do a shipping discount, so that's always good. But yeah, I sold this really cute Free People black cardigan, but it ended up selling for 52. After fees, I made $44.99, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $19.99, which $20 not too bad for the fees I've been seeing before. Then I sold this new tag Harley Quinn Birds of Prey jacket. I saw this at a Goodwill in their Halloween section, and I just thought it was really cute. I did have to pay $13 for it, which is kind of high. Unless you wanted to be her for Halloween, then it's probably a good deal. It was really cute. If you haven't seen Birds of Prey, she wears these really cute outfits that I love. And yeah, just really fun. I sold it on Depop and I got so much attention on this piece. I had probably like 80 likes by the time it sold, and I was worried because it sold on the 25th and it was pretty much almost Halloween weekend at that point. So I made sure to ship it out like early that next morning, hoping to get it in time. But yeah, it sold for 50, and then after fees, I made $38.53. And the last thing I sold on Tuesday, the 25th, was this Outerknown baby alpaca sweater. I found this at the bins and I had never heard of the brand. Comps looked really good. It felt good, and when I looked at the tag, it said it was alpaca, which is usually a good sign. One of you told me it's some sort of sports celebrity brand, I want to say. Athletes brand. I don't remember. I'm sorry. But definitely a brand to look out for. The tag on the top of the back label just said okay, so I couldn't really find anything based on that, but on the inner tag it said the whole brand, which was Outerknown. So yeah, I found some good comps. It ended up selling for 58 on Poshmark, and after fees I made $46.40. And then Wednesday, October 26th, I had two sales. Sold this Alexander Shields suit jacket. Found this at the bins, never heard of it. Comp seemed pretty good. And it was really cute, really classic looking. It sold for 58, and after fees I made $46.40. I know people tend to steer away from like men's suit jackets, but I think if it's like stylish and a good brand and like high quality, then it's worth picking up. I've definitely sold several in the past. I've sold this one from the bins. I found a cool Pendleton one at the bins once, all men's. Found a really cool Theory corduroy suit jacket at a thrift store in Portland once that sold really well. So some of them are definitely worth picking up. And then the other thing I sold was this Nilly Loughton black wool long sleeve, which I never heard of, but I saw it at a Goodwill. The label looked interesting. I looked it up, and apparently it's a very expensive brand. I think they sell it on the RealReal. I think I had it listed originally for $100, but it wasn't in perfect condition. So when someone offered me $50, I did decide to accept. And after fees, I made $40, and I think I spent probably $10. I think everything at my Goodwill is like between like $10 and $18 unless it's individually marked. So even a long sleeve top I have to pay that much for. All right, and then moving on to Thursday, October 27th, I had 4 sales. I sold these Forever 21 gray wide leg pleated jeans. I got these totally based on style, wide leg pleated. Great styles right now. They only end up selling for 14, and then after fees I made $9.33, but I did get those at the bins, and I do think they had a hole in them, so not surprised. Then I sold these Sam Edelman knee-high boots. These came in that boot box that I think I paid about $13, $14 per boot. This is the 3rd pair of boots that I've sold so far. I want to say I've made my money back, but I'm still waiting to sell through some of those boots that were like a size 5, size like 5.5. So I don't know. Hopefully I've made my money back, but I still have to check and see. But they end up selling for 50, and after fees I made 40. Then I sold these Current Elliott straight leg jeans. These came from a flip lot. I don't really pick up Current Elliott. Maybe I'd pick it up at the bins if they were a cute style. I do think the RealReal takes them, so worst comes to worst, if I didn't sell them, I could send it to them if I had them. These were in a flip lot. But when I looked up this style, J-Lo actually wore them, so I made sure to put that in my cover photo. They ended up selling for $45. After Poshmark fees, I made $34.28. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $11.78. Then the last thing I sold on Thursday, October 27th, was on eBay. I sold these Old Navy fleece lined jeans. I don't know why the shipping was so expensive. I thought I figured it out, but I don't understand. They ended up selling for $15.99, and then after fees, I made $17.96. And then Friday, October 28th, I had 5 sales, and this is when I went away for the weekend, so luckily my posher VA has continued to sort of share my closet and send out offers for me, but I wasn't listing anything new. So over the weekend, I actually wasn't making too many sales, and I'll get into that. But Friday, I had 5 sales. I sold this Vineyard Vines Seattle Seahawk t-shirt, which I got the bins in Portland and I've been sitting on for a long time. Vineyard Vines is one of those brands that Poshmark doesn't like you using their model photos for. So I couldn't use it for that. And yeah, so it took a while to sell, but then it only ended up selling for $16. I think it's because it's not a normal Vineyard Vines looking piece. So I wasn't getting much interest, but it sold for $16, and after fees I made $12.80. Then I sold this cut from the cloth floral blouse, flip consignment lot piece. Wouldn't have picked it up on my own, but I do know people kind of like these floral blouses still. Sold for $10 on Poshmark. After Poshmark fees, I made $7.05, and then after flip consignment fees, I made $2.05. Then I sold these Lululemon cropped leggings, a newer style that I did find at the bins, but cropped leggings are just such a hard sell. No matter what the brand, I've had a really hard time selling those. After they've been sitting for a little bit, I ended up accepting an offer of $30, and then after fees, I made $24. Then I sold this new without tags, I guess, jewelry travel case. I don't know what I wrote down, that I got in a kind of recent THREDUP fun box. Probably the last one I received. Just decided to list it. Again, a good little stocking stuffer for someone. Ended up selling for $10, and after fees I made $7.05. And then the last thing that sold on Friday were these Everlane black high-rise jeans, again from a flip lot. Sold for $30. After Poshmark fees, I made $24. And then after flip consignment fees, I made $9. And then Saturday, October 29th, I had 3 sales. I sold this Team USA tank top. I pick up a lot of Team USA stuff and Olympic stuff at the bins because it does sell pretty quickly for me, even if it doesn't sell super well. But this sold for $14, and after fees, I made $9.33. Then I sold this Sandy Lang Target collab pullover. Again, I saw this at the bins. It was an extra small, but I actually do better with extra small than just extra small. And it is a Target collab, but it was still really cute and had good comps. It ended up selling for $32, and after fees I made $25.60. And then the last thing I sold on Saturday was a pair of Athleta wide leg sweatpants that I think I paid like $11 for at a Portland thrift store. They were a newer style, which I just never find without Athleta, in a size extra large. So great size and style, but they only ended up selling for $38 on Poshmark, and then after fees, I made $30.40. And then Sunday, October 30th, and Monday, October 31st, I had no sales, which I didn't even realize until today when I was writing down my sales that I had no sales on those days. I think it's because I had just gotten back from vacation and I had so much stuff to ship out just from, Thursday night, Friday, and Saturday that I didn't even realize I had 2 days in a row of no sales. So a bit of a struggle there, but that's okay. Again, I wasn't really listing anything new. Luckily, when I had gotten back, I had like 2 flip lots of stuff to sell, which again is the nice part about flip lots is if you want, you can have like an endless flow of people's stuff coming in. I really want to get back up to the bins, but we're leaving tomorrow to go away this weekend. Hopefully when I get back, I have enough energy to go. I'm hoping I could go next week or the week after, or somehow convince my husband to stop in Reno at those bins on our way to Las Vegas, but we'll see. But yeah, so I don't make this video any longer than it is. Let me know how your sales are going. Let me know if there's been a pickup or a slowdown or what's going on. Let me know how your Halloween was. And I hope you guys have a great time sourcing and selling, and I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!